A different kind of buzz. An exciting kind of buzz. From the court on campus to a beach near you. One net, one ball, game on. All sorts. From all over. A melting pot of good people. And one shared language. Serve, pass, set, spike. Big characters, big moments, bigger smiles. There's nothing really like it. Bold, competitive fun. And a welcome for everyone. Volleyball. Feel the buzz.
There's always a chance you'll find the way. Seamus Heaney. The Irish are great wordsmiths. From world-famous poets to songwriters to authors. Our chosen words will connect the present with our heritage. National team players devise their vision for how they perform. Dígras, Brodúil, Timonta, Loidir, Bachlitcha. This mission statement is emboldened across our uniform. With Ohm, the first written language of Ireland, connecting our heritage with our now. If you have the word.
Yes, Andre, get those feet ready. Wait to blow them on. Can you pull it down? Okay. Okay. guys.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first match of the grand finals here in Blanchardstown, Dublin. We have Kilkenny versus Dalkey Devils. I have with myself today, Graham Bell, Erica Fattini. So you are joined by your two national youth team coaches, and we are as excited as hopefully you are for a great game of girls volleyball today.
Yeah, that's the best that we can get today. That's the final for the under-16 female crown. And very two good contenders today. We have Dalkey Devils on one side, taking the serve at the moment with number 6. And on the other side is Kilkenny Spartans.
Unfortunately, Kilkenny having a late injury to their starting setter last night. But obviously, you have to train your squad, and I'm sure they will be super supportive and do everything they can to still get a good result out of this match.
Now you can see a good rally with ball on Dalkey Devil side and Kilkenny defending.
A little bit of nerves though at the beginning. No one wants to make the mistake.
Yeah.
But we're in a big rally. It's a big swing. Wonderful. It's almost like she heard me, Erica, and goes, you know what? I'm going to show you safe.
That's true. That was a great swing from number 7, Kilkenny Spartans, Claudia Lopez.
And just long from Julia. Referee calling out. First referee taking her time on that one, replaying it back in her head and deciding just long. Okay, out of system from the pass. Goes aggressive on the swing. Dalkey rolls long into 6. Hard ball into 5. Free ball. Chance for Kilkenny. Referee correctly judging the first contact from Dalkey's number 9 being an attack, not a block, meaning the second touch is illegal. Wonderful set swing attempt by Dalkey. It's something I really like to see is in young teams is them really trying to get that pass set hit out of it rather than just, you know, going for a free ball.
Yeah, no, that was a great action from Dalkey Devils. It was a clean set, clean spike. Nothing to add. And that's something I like to see middles actually playing at this level. Spartans had a great action with the middle, but unfortunately, Dalkey Devils play back.
I think if I'm right, I've heard from the Italian philosophy of play, it's not enough to win, you have to win beautifully.
Yes, yes, that's us. So the game has to look beautiful.
Aggressive, bringing the score to 3 points to 6. Sorry, till 5.
That was a precise pass from Kilkenny Spartans, number 5, that lead to a close action, and number 15 on a great swing.
Scores being tight enough. If you're a regular viewer of our live streams, you've heard me before, this opening phase to 8 points kind of settles the nerves, and we see who has the advantage. Take some momentum into the mid phase of the game. Referee judging there was a small touch there. Ball was traveling, and Dalkey's number 12 just couldn't get out of the way quick enough. Goes for 2 in a row, but this time dodging. Great up on the hustle. And the setter dumping, nice choice. A little bit unfortunate for Kilkenny just to get that net touch, but when the net's put up as expertly as I put it up this morning, if you get that net roller, it's probably going to be your point.
Yeah, the net looked beautiful, Graham, it does. Did you notice on Dalkey Devil's side, they're actually playing without a libero on court?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nice spot. Confidence in their middles to go back, make passes and digs.
That's true, that's really true. That's how we used to do. I used to play without a libero because libero wasn't allowed, so middles were taught how to receive. Not so common nowadays, but I like to see that.
So we've just passed that first third, that first sector of the game. Dalkey coming to 9 points till 5 as Kilkenny take a timeout. And again, you can just see Dalkey settling a little more into the game, taking control of it than Kilkenny. And I think the bigger part moving from that first phase into the second of there's just a little bit more smiles on the Dalkey side.
Yeah, I have to say, I was talking to the coaches earlier, and the Dalkey's coach were really good. They wanted to get their team into the, adapt to the environment, to the new hall, to the new floor. So they got them here early, they got them to train. But I have to admit, I think Kilkenny did the same, but probably missing such a short notice, their main setter. They might take a full set to adapt.
It's true.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Kilkenny comes back strong because they do have the potential there. They might just be taking their time to get used at the new rotations. Must say, number 10 is actually doing a great job as a setter. So they're not going to miss their main setter still.
So Gloria coming in the set is one of our RDC athletes in Tala. Putting in the work all year and doing what needs to be done for her team. So going out of system, waiting for the swing. It goes long and up. Chance to counter. Oh, loving that line over the top. Referee calls correctly.
Yeah, number 6 from Dalkey Devils, Ada Amat, had a beautiful line here to score the point.
From Ada Amat, and I'll tell you what, Ada got uppies on that last one. It's tight. Goes on the block.
Here it is, a point for Spartans. Do you think Dalkey made the most of that ball? Could they swing it on the third touch and make it a bit more difficult for Spartans?
I think that's one we look at the post-game analysis. Obviously, it's subjective onto the referee of whether it was more a block or an attack. Dump was going over by the setter, so they are allowed to get up and block that. Nice height in the middle, unfortunately just swinging long. Wow, wonderful line serve, hard to pull off.
Still Dalkey managed to recover that ball, and the ball is in action with now number 5. Try for a swing. edge. Does not pass the net in this case.
And I say, you just feel the vibe starting to switch from Dalkey into Kilkenny, and it is a bit of a double-edged sword. When you're slightly behind in this middle phase of the game, most coaches will tell you, go out and push your serve, try to knock them out of rhythm, and you just see the smiles coming now for Kilkenny, the stress on Dalkey, and the real question is with this double-edged sword, how hard can you hit it without making errors?
Yeah, that's true. And now we see a change on Dalkey David's side. Number 10 for number 5. And that's a change on the middle.
So was a couple of hitting errors. Technique was fine, just making difficult shots.
Yeah. Number 15 still going strong to serve. Didn't mind the stop and the interruption of the time for the substitution.
We got a great line touch. They're scrambling. A chance for Kilkenny to put up an attack. Oh no, it came off the net, but we're still there.
Yeah, that's a great rally there.
Wonderful line defense. Ball going to the pipe. Bit of miscommunication there. Who gets the first good attack of the rally?
Middle just came on court with a nice wing. Got picked up by Kilkenny Spartans. Kilkenny built the action and scored the final point.
Unlucky for number 12 Flavia Ivanov, just standing a little high in the court.
And look at Kilkenny getting back with number 15 on serve. We are 10-11 now, so they cut up.
What do you guys think in the live chat? Do you think Kilkenny's going to take the lead after this one? No, to the commentator, I apologize.
Yeah, that's the curse.
And although there might be initial reaction from you guys at home or the people in the stands with the groan of the, oh, she missed, but she's done a great job to get her team back in it.
Yeah, definitely, like, especially with interruption. At that young level, she has a strong jump serve and worth to mention.
Finds that corner, takes the setter out in the scramble play. It's tight, we're jousting at the net, and the referee deems that it was number 10 in the net, Gloria.
I see no complaining on Kilkenny's side, so it must be true.
Despite what happens in a lot of professional leagues and higher leagues around the world, you can't really argue with the referee.
No, you can't. And you shouldn't. Now Dalkey going now 14-10 in score with number 2, the setter for Dalkey, Maria Peniche, at the serve.
Maria, also one of our RDC athletes here in Dublin, drops it short. Wow. Very good timeout by Kilkenny.
Tried to break the rhythm there. They were in a roll, but Dalkey David come back strong.
So again, volleyball games often go with ebbs and flows. You know, it's never that often that two teams are both happy and playing well. Always one team is kind of on an ascendancy and the other descending at the same time. And although it got close around this 10-11 mark, you just see this push away from Dalkey again causes a little bit of frustration for Kilkenny. And now the question will be, what can Kilkenny do now?
Well, can they do it again? That's the thing. Well, at this level, I'd say the serve is going to make an impact. So sometimes it takes a good run on serve, but Dalkey Devils, I see them really determined to bring it home. They all have good run of serve themselves, so it's going to be hard for Kilkenny. If you let them go 5 points, it's going to be hard to get them back.
I 100% agree. At this level, serving is king. Obviously, it can get you back into it, but you've seen the run stop for Kilkenny because they got the reserving, but they needed the attack to push them in front. And with Dalkey, what you've seen is they went with their serve to get them moving, and then the attack took over to stretch that distance. Here we go, out of system. Can we get a swing? No, we're free, giving the chance to Dalkey.
That's a middle passing, and
Wonderful set and swing. They get to go again.
what a defense from number 15 and Kenny.
Great touch off the block, just deflecting it too short for the defender to get to it. But this is what you love to see, as you said, that defense from number 15 from Kilkenny there. We want hard attacks, we want big defenses. We want to see this difference of one team speeding the ball up and the other one being up to controlling it.
Yeah, that's totally true. Miss-serve from number 3, Kilkenny now. And the libero goes in for her. There is a difference in play between the two teams here. We have Kilkenny play 6-1, and we have Dalkey Devils playing 4-2 with 2 setters on court. And it might be that a difference. Kilkenny try much harder game. So far, Dalkey Devils taking the lead at 17-11, and number 10 serving. Number 10 was got in court, and she's get ready to serve.
So obviously, as coaches, because serving is so important at this level, as you said, Erica, it's something, unfortunately, we kind of bemoan when someone misses their serve. One thing I like to remind a lot of my youth national team athletes, at the professional level, they will miss up to 30% of their serves. College men's volleyball, there was an interesting stat this year, 49% service error. But obviously these guys are trying to hit the ball as hard as they can. But it is a natural fact of our game. We will miss serves, but we have to keep going and be aggressive to reap the rewards.
Yeah, I was actually watching recently match of senior match Italian League, and it was the 5th game. Both teams started the first set with 8 errors on serve before the 15th point. So sometimes the pressure takes the better, even at that level. So you can imagine now for those girls playing a final.
Wow, no nerves on that serve. Both teams scrambling really well, getting touches.
So I was saying before, Bram, there's 2 different game strategies here on plan. You have Kilkenny playing 6-1 with 1 single setter, and you have Dalkey Devils playing with 2 setter on court, 4-2, 2 setter front court. Which one do you think is the most effective at under 16 level?
Personally, neither. I know the coaches will always have to decide what's best for their team in terms of the personnel and what it brings to them. I understand the reasoning for both, but my own preference would be to go with 2 setters but run them out of the backcourt, just to give them that third attacking option at the net. Right now you see from the Kilkenny side with the 5-1 setter, difficult running all over the place, especially for someone who's coming in as a backup setter. On the Dalkey side, great having 2 setters, but the reasoning is when the ball gets tight at the net, you know, they can get there, they can get touches, they can push it over, but it just limits your offense in having just that middle and outside option when bad passing, single options. And when you start running from the backcourt with both setters, it just gives you that outlet if need be. And I would really encourage, if there's any youth coaches watching this final, really think about it for next season.
Yeah, I really loved 2 setter on court, but from backcourt like you do, because that was something like Cuba used to do in the 90s. They were very good at that, and it's good because you're training your setter to spike, and it is so important, especially at senior level, to have a setter that can spike when the ball is up to net. So I think at under 16, it's great.
First big block of the game.
And that was number 12 for Dalkey Devils, Flavia Ivanov.
Takes nothing away from the spike, by the way. It was a great set, better block. We're still going here, folks. Roll long. Great pass onto the net. Tries to find the angle. Just long.
That was a good judgment call from number 5.
Coming back to one of my coaching idioms, no spin, no win.
That's true.
And I think if she had a little bit more spin on that ball, might have just clipped the line.
Yeah, that's rotation that gets the ball to go in. And then here number 7 on serve, making her mark, trying to get Kilkenny to come back.
So I think for sure the flow of the game so far has been Dalkey dictating on attack, but Kilkenny clawing back with their serve.
Yeah.
And the question is now, can they push every single player to serve hard and take their chances when they get it? For Dalkey, they're probably more the favourites for this set at the moment, but they need to keep the control and pushing forwards.
Look at that, that's another point for Kilkenny. Dalkey could not close that action, and here's the sub to make a stronger receive. My guess, taking out the middle, putting number 11, which is an outside hitter, Alice McLaughlin.
But this is what we do love to see, folks, is differences of styles comparing against each other. Kilkenny is just an absolute serving weapon, and the double-edged sword.
You just said it again.
Of course, I apologise, but they go for it. They know the benefit of going for aces, of getting points, of breaking the other team in their serve-receive. Dalkey on the other side being a little bit more focused on their side out, on how they set, on how they play. And it will be interesting to see how these contrast of styles merge throughout the match.
And I think number 9 heard you. She wants to take the throw on with good serve in, and she just scored an ace. Number 9 for Dalkey Devils is the captain, Beatrice Zaros, and she's a fellow national. She's Italian.
Wow, big swing, unlucky. Hoping for in. Referee says nope, out. Great decision to tip that ball down the line. The ball not allowing much more, but making Dalkey scramble. Unlucky from the libero, just couldn't get her thumbs in under the ball. Ball flying out to the antenna. If it touches the antenna, it is out.
And Dalkey takes the first set, and now we're switching courts. Can you do it? Can Kilkenny come back and take the second set?
Get your comments in the live chat. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a 3-0 sweep for Dalkey? Do you think Kilkenny's going to come back? Do you think we're going to 5? Obviously, don't forget to tune in later today. 12 o'clock, next game up, we have the under-18 girls Premier Finals, Munster Thunders versus Santry Commons, where Erica, you will be leaving me from this station and heading down courtside.
Yes,
2:30, we have our Premier Women's Final, Santry Calypso versus DVC Lions. There's been a lot of buzz about this game, and I've heard that the stand should be pretty full with a lot of people singing, dancing. So if you can't make the arena today, be sure to tune in line for this one. And then finishing the day off with our Division 3 Women's Finals, Volleyball Stars VC of Cork versus Cork Volleyball Academy. And at the same time, we will be running it, the Division 1, Division 2 promotion relegation match, which is Galway Division 1 men versus Ballymun Patriot Dogs. Of course, Ballymun losing in a 5-set thriller last week in the semis to stop them getting automatic promotion, get a second bite at the cherry to try and get promoted into Division 1.
Yeah, I think Galway is up for a fight tonight. I know Galway wants to stay in Division 1, but I see Ballymun Dogs coming very strong. So that would be one game to see the result of it. I know we're going to live stream the female match of Division 3, because today it's all about women, I guess. Tomorrow it's the men. Tomorrow there's men on stage. I honestly looking forward to see Calypso and DVC, because that's a surprising final to see. Like so far in the past years, there's this fight between Calypso and Guardians, but DVC came so strong defeating Guardians on the semi-final. So I'm quite sure Calypso will have a fight tonight, and there's going to be a lot of support for both teams. Yeah, like Graham said, if you can't make it to the arena where the best show in town is, definitely open your YouTube and watch it in live streaming. And now there's the coach of Dalkey that's motivating his girl very strong. Like it's a good approach. Even his body language, it gives confidence to the girl. I can see them.
I know from speaking with the Dalkey coaches, they've had a lot of finals this year. Always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. So I'm sure they're hoping to get over that rut in this grand final.
Yeah, I know them, and actually Master Thunder met them on the semi-final of the under-18 and defeat them, so they really want this under-16 game to go well.
That's what.
Okay, the second set is about to start.
Doesn't look to seem that there's been any major changes from either lineups. So let's see how these contrasts of styles go at each other again in our second set here. Dalkey taking the first set 25-17.
Well, I see one change from Kilkenny while Dalkey Davids confirmed the lineup. I see Kilkenny bringing number 14, Snow Ganta.
Another one of our RDC athletes joining in the fray. Maybe brings a little bit more attack power than what they've had already, so
and
good coaching decision.
I've seen her playing under-16 tournament early this year, and she definitely can make a change. She has a very good serve. She's very organized on court, so yeah, I always seen her play with the injured setter they have, so it's gonna be. I want to see her play with a different setter and see if she can still perform at the same level.
All I can say is whenever I've had to step in and set at RDC training, she hits pretty well off me.
Oh, come on. Of course, anybody can hit off your sets.
Well, the net's loaded probably helps.
You got to set me a quick one of those days. Or a slide.
Actually, it's been something I've been working on, the setting slides. So, you know, if you would like me to rock up to one of your trainings to help, you know, by all means, get in touch. I'm happy to come in and set for you.
Well, I do have really good setters, and I like my setters, so for the moment, I'll keep the one I have. But if they miss, I'll give you a call.
So, for the folks at home, Erica is just politely saying my setters are better than you, Graham. You're okay? Shout out to TJ and Ashlyn. Wow, really quick line serve to start off. Getting that bad bounce. Gantry gets a touch on it, even though it surprised her.
Yeah, number 6, Ada Amat. We have seen her before, having a great time on spiking a line, and she just wants to bring it home, and she starts the second set with an ace. Again.
For once it wasn't me.
This time it was me. Number 14. No. Sorry. It's number 10 taking the serve for Kilkenny Spartan.
Unlucky from Dalkey setter, number 4. Does well to keep her foot on the line. Tries to limbo her way under that net, but
Yeah. That's something that at their age, it still has to learn how to not to make that net touch.
dig off the net, gets a roll into 4.
That was a good tight cross. That's always hard to defend, but Kilkenny make it back. Like we said, number 14. Bring power.
This was a smart shot, you know. Go long, go line. We just received confirmation there that this is a best of 3, so apologies for my earlier comments of going for 5. I guess I just love volleyball that much. We got a sky ball. It comes straight back over. Double over, dispatched by Dalkey's number 12.
Yeah, number 12 there saying, net is mine and nothing's gonna pass through me. And that's what the middle has to do, no? That's what you want your middle to be, like being the king of the net. Another strong serve from Dalkey. That goes number 4. Maria Bramont.
Long into the corner. There was a little bit of hesitation of not knowing if it was in or out. I get that.
Yeah.
It was floating high, it was starting to drop. Even from our viewpoint here, I was 50-50 on it. And I know as a coach, if you shout out, it's going to break the laws of physics and just drop in.
Yeah, that's true, but what I always say to my girls, if you have a change of heart, at that point, just leave it. Because by the time you judge it and try to take it, you won't take it correctly in order to play.
And wow, what a swing from Kilkenny's number 7. Absolutely unloading on that ball.
And Dalkey could not play back and commit a net touch again.
Okay, Hunter's first serve, drops it into the middle of court. Dalkey have a perfect chance to set up an offense. The line shot, nicely turned.
Yeah, I see number 9 and number 6 really focus on Dalkey David's side to bring this game home and to bring the trophy. A very, very good performance.
Wonderful decision. We're in scramble play now. Wonderful control from Gahantra. Sets a little off the net. Tries to force it line. Difficult skill to do.
Oh, I see another thing that, Bram, you might love it. Dalkey's playing defense with what we call the double V.
I love that.
Do you?
No. Ultimately, with defense, your job is to get the ball up, and there will be a lot of people saying you put your defenders where the ball goes the most. And I do kind of get it at lower levels of play when the ball's not attacked as often. It might drop a lot in the middle of court, but I do prefer defenders staying longer and starting to learn early how to move and read on different scenarios. Ultimately, it's a coaching decision.
Well, I find it that it's always very effective at this level, but long term, it's going to be very hard to get the player to stay where we want to be at senior level. They need to see the court. The problem normally with this defense is that the player don't see the court and their teammates around, so balls in between they normally fall.
So if you're not exactly following us, what we mean by this W, if you draw a W on the court from the 3-meter line to the service line and back in, it means that there's a defensive player stuck in the middle of court just trying to sweep up everything between the 2 lines of 3. And why it's difficult to change, it happens in all sports. You see it at, youth football. that they just kick the ball long to make it safe, to play an easier option. But ultimately, as we get older and get better, we want to play more technically in a different style and form, and changing that can be difficult. So, wonderful way to get the girls started. But obviously, as we get older and better, we want to be slightly more systematically nuanced. Wow,
That's
Anna
true.
Keane unloading.
But what a defense there again, and Dalkey saved that ball.
Nice idea from the tip.
And that's
Where
a
are we going?
correct call from the referee.
I was so happy with the tip, I forgot that she was back row.
Yeah, set her backward. She cannot pass over the ball if she touches the ball above the net.
Nice being as a...
I do believe she forgot herself too.
Yeah. Personally, as a fun size setter, I would maybe argue with that small hop, I probably wouldn't be over the height of the net anyway, but it is difficult for the referees to judge that from that
Well,
angle.
on that, I'd say, yeah, we are at a good point of view, but the referee is there, so I'm quite sure I had the same feeling as the referee. I think she was over the net, but the referee is there, literally in line with the net, so. And she was pretty sharp on calling the fault straight away. She didn't have to think twice, and that means the referee is on the game too.
Kilkenny looking for the sub there. Player just entering over the dotted 3-meter line. Too late.
And then some net touch.
Now the sub's coming in.
Net touch from Dalkey David's side, and that brings Kilkenny on 6, chasing Dalkey Davids at 10. Number 5 coming back in court for number 14. We've seen number 5 before playing.
So, small bit of frustration starting to build on the Kilkenny side. You can see the Dalkey coach bouncing around, jumping around, trying to keep the energy of the players high. This is what you really need now, coming in mid-phase of this second set. Worst thing for Kilkenny is just to drop the energy, because they really need the second set to go 2-0 down. Usually results in third set all or nothing.
Yeah, that's true, and I think...
Sorry, I am forgetting,
But
folks, we are playing best of 3.
Yeah, today the third set is all or nothing.
So now
Definitely.
it's all or nothing.
That's what I was saying, like, either can they make it now? Because they really don't want to get Dalkey past the 15 and not being there with them. So I think it's the time, but number 5 for Dalkey Davids now is going on serve, and let's see Kilkenny playing these action.
Going through the back row, Dalkey dig. Out to the wing.
And
What
that
an
was
angle.
Amazing angle for number 6. That would be a hard to defend, even in a senior level. Now, we've seen earlier the referee calling a double on number 4 earlier, and on the next VNL, FIVB is going to roll out a new set of rule where if the ball stays on your court, the double is not going to be whistle anymore. So, Graham, you're a setter. What do you think about that?
First of all, I'd just like to highlight that Kilkenny's number 10 correctly deciding to jump and dumping the ball this time. So nice to see that she's not put off by the call. In terms of doubles and setting, I kind of get it from a global point of view. You know, we want spectators to come and watch. We want new people coming to volleyball, and often they will watch a game and be like, why is that a point? Yeah, why is they've got that? And I think this is a global idea from the FIVB to just not have these stoppages of plays without having to just explain and justify a lot. For the game as a setter, is it going to change what I do? Probably not.
No,
you know,
no.
I double enough balls during the game anyway.
And now you see number 6 with a great spike, probably on before the 5-meter line. So she wants it. You can tell number 6 wants this gold medal, wants the trophy, bring it back to Dalkey. And she wants it now, 14-9 for Dalkey.
Searching for that long corner was a great idea, just long. Going wide, roll shot over the top, libero matches it. Great out of system ball. Libero up to it again. And just clipping the net.
Dalkey still leads by 5 points.
Definitely not impossible to come back from 5, but difficult.
Not impossible, but I don't see Dalkey leaving this game. Like, so far, they had a probably small relaxation episode on the first set that let Kilkenny come back, but the moment Kilkenny caught up with them, they just put their foot on the accelerator and just led the way into the goal.
You do start to get the feeling that Dalkey are really believing that it's going to be their match, and you're right, it's a sprint finish for them now. The question is for Kilkenny, we've seen it all game. They scramble, they fight hard on defense, but their first way back in is to start to change the tide of energy, and 1 or 2 players are going to have to take the responsibility to actually serve a really strong game and hope that the team comes with them.
There is something that sometimes happens on the losing team. Just when you realize you have really nothing left to lose, and then you accelerate and you give everything you can to bring it back. And sometimes it's possible. But that, as I say, it's a miracle.
And, you know, a lot of times we talk about, you know, confidence or mental strength of players, and these terminologies get batted around a lot, saying, oh, you just got to be mentally strong. And it is a buzzword, but the reality is, what do I have to do to return myself to my midpoint, to my calmness, where I can actually play? Because what happens often in games is either I get over frustrated or I get a little bit, I'm not going to say bored, but understimulated.
Yeah.
And our job as players, as coaches, is how do we get back into that middle area where we're focused, where we're ready. And you can just see from the Kilkenny side, there's a mix of some players are a little frustrated, we've lost points, we've lost momentum. Some players are a little understimulated because they're not touching the ball as much, and this is difficult. But to go against a good team that's that has momentum with them, you need to push.
Yes. But we have to say it. This is an under-16 match.
True.
Like, it's not that easy to have that calm and confidence at that age.
Of course. I guess my point with that is Kilkenny, often, whether it's Kilkenny, Dalkey, after the match the team will say, you know, we just couldn't play how we normally play. But obviously there's a reason for that, and the question will be, how do we get our energy, our mentality with big swings like that from number 7? It's exactly what they need to start, but they need points.
I don't see really Kilkenny not playing. I just see Dalkey outplaying them. Like, they're throwing everything they have at Dalkey, and Dalkey still picks it up, and that's impressive.
Referee saying no touch on the block. Some people in the Dalkey section, crowd section, said there was.
Well, the second coach for Dalkey should sit on the bench, though. He's up for a yellow card soon.
Great serve. This time being under.
And yeah, that's why the referee did not blow the whistle. Ball kept in play.
So first setter out.
And that's what you call out of system. When the setter takes the ball on a 6-1 strategy, who takes the second?
Again, it can be system-wise. Maybe your back row outside, maybe your libero, maybe your front court middle. Doesn't really matter which one, but it is nice if they know.
Yeah. As long as they know that's
That's
there is
theirs.
one appointed player, that's where the ball goes.
It's tight, and she's back row. Unfortunate.
And
Not much
again-
more she could do with that. And going back to this discussion we had on what kind of setter system should you have, I often hear it from coaches say, well, you know, I need my setter front row because of situations like this. My answer is, should you really pass the ball that tight to the net anyway?
No, and we see at a higher level that it's more common for the setter that defends the ball to give it high in the middle of the court, so the libero can come in and the libero has open play for the two wings. It's true that you're cutting off your middle game like that, but it is your best option because without your setter, if the setter takes the ball, can you
push
really play a
wide.
middle?
Wipe off from Dalkey's number 9, off Kilkenny's number 7 opposite. Really nice option, you know. I know we encourage our players to pass, to set, to spike, but that doesn't mean that we have to spike every single ball. It's about finding point scoring opportunities, and when the ball is tight on the net like that, a wonderful decision just to push it off the block, deflect it out.
And we are getting there, Graham. It's 23-11 for Dalkey.
I'm sure there's going to be some big explosion of emotions from the Dalkey players on court and the Dalkey players on the bench.
That's match point now for Dalkey, number 12 on serve. There was a big block for number 5, Dalkey Devil.
Huge block. I'm sure she would have loved that to win the game.
Yeah.
So
That would be a nice closure, but let's see if we
Dalkey's
can get a
chance.
swing.
great up by Kilkenny. They're still going. Line swing, defended. Setter gets it. You know, the Kilkenny libero has been digging everything that's been coming diagonal to her. And the tip, it's tight again. We've got to joust at the net. And the double block to finish.
Number 5 get to decide who gets the trophy home, and it's Dalkey Devils for you. Those are the queen of the under-16 league.
So I would like to say congratulations, obviously, to Dalkey Devils to winning. Not to overlook the fact that congratulations to Kilkenny getting to the finals. I know it's often hard. You see it often more so on the underage boys tournaments. They're like second place, oh, silver medal, that's brutal, oh. But you got to the final, you put on a good show, so well played to Kilkenny getting here, putting up a great fight. Unfortunately for them, as you said, Dalkey just had that little bit more in most departments today. It just allowed them to keep playing.
Everything worked in Dalkey's side. Everything worked.
Obviously, there is the
mistake ratio was very, very low, and Kilkenny did an amazing, outstanding job. And like you said, they still came runner-up. They made it to the final. They made it to the big show, to the big stage, and that's what I'm gonna say to my player next. It doesn't matter. You made it till now. Just make sure it's a good show to watch.
Easy for us to say, because losing right now still hurts, no matter what.
I'll tell you later. Ask me that after the next match. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Obviously, shamelessly plugging herself and her team up today. I'll join in. If you can't get in the hall tomorrow, I'll be playing myself at 2 o'clock. Well, I might be more sitting on the bench, but I'll take my chances and I'll be ready when I come on.
I can see you coming in with some great serve.
Not putting me under any pressure there.
Yeah, no pressure for you now. Well, I'm only coaching today, so you're not gonna see me playing.
So once again, congratulations to Dalkey winning this under-16 girls final, 2-0, 25-17, 25-11. A big push from the girls. Energy was huge. Kilkenny fought all the way, and I hope you've enjoyed the commentary from Erica and myself, and we hope you come back later for our next game at
Thank you for
2.
watching.
Okay, that would be